Alright, here with Dan Aubin. Just spent the last 3 days together. Dan, can you tell the guys a little bit about who you are and what you do?
Yeah, great. Well, I was a national gymnast, turned circus performer, turned educator, and now I teach in the Charles Sturt University in the School of Communication and Creative Industries. So I also research. Yep. And by research, I don't mean sitting on my ass writing books. I mean getting up in studio research, doing it, movement research.
Yeah, awesome. It's been an amazing 3 days. If you think about it, like someone training gymnastics is already sort of the most dexterous kind of training in the strength realm, and then on top of that you put circus training. It's just the ultimate density for a coaching experience. So, you know, as coach and students for the weekend, you know, it was a super dense experience. I say weekend, it was Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, it felt like a weekend. How do you go with like dealing with people learning really complex skills? It's not the easiest thing as a coach, I guess. You do it so well. Like, tell us a little bit about how that works.
Yeah, great. Well, it's definitely step by step, but this weekend we were pretty lucky working with some pretty finely tuned athletes. So we didn't have to worry about a lot of physical preparation. We could get right to the technique and to the technical breakdowns. And we achieved some pretty amazing things in 3 days. Things that you usually train over months, we were getting done in 3 days. Like back salts on the floor, unspotted, backflips, and a lot of different handstand moves.
Yeah. And the juggling and that sort of stuff as well is just like, it's a mind opener. I guess that's what real movement and Primal Sydney, Coach Keegan, all this stuff is about, trying to take away limits and that sort of thing. And I guess being challenged in the pure skill realm is pretty exciting for us as well. How do you sort of get your head around just constant failure that's involved with that? Yeah,
well, you gotta realize that failure is just an opportunity. You know, and if you come at it, I have two approaches: a highly technical approach, where you need the breakdown, the knowledge, the understanding to save yourself 5 years and work with a coach. And then you have the other side, which is the pure joy, the play of it, the exploration, the going into the unknown. And you gotta sort of flip between those two realms to keep it interesting and keep yourself engaged.
Yeah. Yeah, it's awesome. And combining that then with some work in the gym. You know, yesterday we had a nice session with some lifting. How does that lifting fit in with you? So I guess not your background so much, but yeah, how do you find that stuff?
Yeah, well, that's my interest. That's why I'm hanging out with you. I think it transfers. I think both worlds, the lifting world and the acrobatic gymnastics world, complement each other. I actually don't even see them as two separate worlds. There's very few coaches that are working in an integrated way with them, but they should come. You know, one's the left hand, one's the right hand. After doing my first sort of workshop on snatch, I can see how that immediately transfers to the standing back salt or back flips. Yeah. Developing that power. I already felt a bit springier today.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, it's just speed of the hips, and I guess I was really confident demonstrating it yesterday, looking at the snatch, demonstrating the technique for you guys, and then today trying to put that into actually jumping, when I'm trying to throw a back somersault, where you're so comfortable. It was cool to sort of share that stuff. And, what about if you from muscle heads, mostly that's our audience, the people who are in weight training, and we're probably some of the guys who are going more towards wanting to be mobile, wanting to be versatile in how we can apply our strength. What advice would you give to guys in our situation, or even more on the bodybuilding or powerlifting side?
Besides the prereqs like basic mobility, quality, sensitivity of movement rather than just brute force. Those are givens, but I'd say an open mind, because you come with so much potential. So gymnastics, strength, acrobatics, whatever you want to call it, gives you an avenue to express that strength. And that's the exciting thing. And I really love, it's my passion working with non-acrobats, non-gymnasts, people who have never done a handstand before, and like the workshop we did the other night with the lead boot camps, seeing them, we had about 17 people pick up the handstand for the first time, and by the end they were just rocking. Same with muscle ups, we had about 7 people, first muscle ups easy. So to see that really, really excites me, and to see them leave with new energy for working out, for their fitness program, and for life, really.
Yeah, back somersault was definitely something I thought I would never be able to do. Taking it on after 30, and today got one on the floor there.
Yeah.
Didn't even, to begin with, it's so scary. But then, it starts to actually not even be that scary. It's more executing the technique. So, super exciting to hit that. And, I think it's always going to be a treasured memory for me. Like, it's a breakthrough moment. Like, hopefully, those guys last night with the handstands and muscle ups are going to feel that as well. But for me, like, that's there's a big moment in my life, and I guess you get to do that with people all the time. But
it's a big achievement.
That's why we like coaching as well.
Absolutely, to see someone nail their first 5-second hold free handstand, or to land their first unspotted back salt, or to moves on the trampoline, or it's huge.
Yeah, it was awesome seeing the boys just throw themselves into everything as well. You know, just facing fears and
these are movements that
out alive.
Yeah, exactly. Coming out, there's the risk element, which is what makes it exciting.
Exactly.
You know, and these are moves that weren't too uncommon not too long ago, and now it seems like we've let the specialists do that, and the main population doesn't. Oh, we don't do handstands. We don't flip. We don't play in that way. That's a bunch of rubbish. I think everyone needs to play in this way, express their body in these macro movements and this interact with the technical elements and movement complexity. It's for everybody.
Yeah, love it. That's really what we're trying to do, I guess. Tell us about your thoughts on Real Movement Project. Just your first sort of experience with the concept and the guys a little bit, like in the way we're talking about.
Yeah, great. I didn't know really what to expect aside from the great name. Yeah, I'm a fan of things that are real and authentic. And you know, in this day and age, there's way too many inauthentic things. People selling things you don't need, or selling things that really aren't what they say they are. So I was first pretty excited by the title, and it's a movement. We need change. A lot of systems are broken, and so I was attracted to that. And I think from meeting the crew and hearing what you guys are collectively about, it is authentic. It's genuine, and that's the type of people I want to work with. You know, I've got a full-time job, and I'm coming back into coaching because there seems to be a movement happening, and this is one of the I think the centers where it's really alive and on fire.
Yep. Yeah, Dan's definitely, you got something that very few people have got, that background in gymnastics, the complex skill, and then being open-minded to weight training and getting stronger and that sort of stuff. It's an amazing skill set you've got. And, we will be forever grateful for what you've done for us for the last 3 days, and hopefully we're going to be able to roll this out and give more people this experience like we did the other night at the workshop, and take you up to base camp, up to Byron Bay, and see what we can do up there with people. I think they're going to be absolutely blown away by the acro yoga and the gymnastics, and then combining that with some strength and healthy eating, and it's can't think of anything better personally. I was looking forward to this, coming to Bathurst. Those of you who live in Australia, Bathurst is probably not the place that everyone's dying to get to, but I was dying to get here to spend this time with you, and I'm so glad I brought some other guys along, and really excited to make this happen again, maybe closer to Byron Bay.
Absolutely. Love your work, Coach Keegan.
Awesome. Thanks, Ethan.
Cheers.
Thank you.